So this morning we're going to be planting some onions. We're going to be planting some things together from the allium family. So the allium family is the onion family. So this includes onions, garlics, leeks and spring onions. Reason being why we're going to be planting them on this side of our bed and not on the other side with our other things that we've planted is they're very similar in the way that they need to be grown. So when you planted your onions and things in the allium family, they do not like to be disturbed. So for example, I've got my carrots over here, so we're going to plant the onions this side. So when we're digging out the carrots, the onions are left. They do not like to be disturbed when they're planted. So unless there's anything really troublesome growing, for example, a big massive weed, you don't, as a general rule, touch your onions when you've planted them. They're pretty self-sufficient. You plant them and they're good to go when they're ready. So what we're going to do is always have the roots downwards when you're planting your onions, so your roots can go downwards. So a little trick to helping the onions grow is to just literally take the top of the paper of the onion off. Now you want to be really careful when you do that, as I found out previously, because if you pull too much off the top, you're going to expose the onion to the skin. Now if you do that, the onion is dead, it's going to die. So you only want to take a little bit of paper off the top, which gives the onion a fighting chance to grow. The paper's pretty stiff. Sometimes if you've got a bit of a weakling of an onion, it might not want to or not be able to push through. So what we've done, no special tools again as always guys, just our fingers. I've already prepared the soil, so we're just going to leave a hand space in between the onions where we plant to give the onions enough room to grow. So literally I'm going to push the onion in, but we want to leave the top exposed so it's got a chance to grow. Because if the top of the onion is exposed to the soil, it's going to rot and we're not going to get an onion. Okay, so what we're going to do is once we've got the onion in with a little bit at the top, we need to compact and press in the soil so it's quite compacted, because that's how the onion likes to grow. And there we go. And that's your onion planted, guys. There we go. Guys, that's all of our onions planted. They've all got the tops left out, and as I said, they're pretty self-sufficient. You do not want to play with them. They like to grow in peace. I like to say once they're in, you leave them unless there's any really big detrimental troubling weeds in between. So all that you want to do now is just give it a little water, not too much so that you're drowning them, but enough so they're moist, and that's it. That's your onions done, guys. Hi guys, so we're going to continue today with our planting our allium family. So we've got our lovely garlic here, which we're going to be planting next to our onions. So yet again, similar conditions they like to grow in. Once you put the garlic in, pretty much self-sufficient, apart from watering, you leave it. So I'm just going to break up our garlic bulb, which is quite tough. So we've got all our garlic bulbs here, guys, and the garlic, yet again, being from the allium family, like the onions, very similar. So the bottom bit, that's your roots, so you want to put garlic down, and you can do this with a leftover garlic clove that you've got from the garlic in the kitchen, and from this clove of garlic you're going to get a whole bulb growing. So yet again, like the onions, you just want to build a little bit of paper off the top, and all I've done to plant the garlic cloves are just put my fingers in. Yet again, no special tools, did a little bit of space, just put a little bit of holes, and that's simple as that. Planting the garlic cloves. So just going to push it in, and we're going to leave the little bit of the top out like that, and then we're just going to do the same again, getting a little bit of paper off the top, pushing it in with the root in the bottom. Very important to always get the roots the right way down, guys. Again, just peeling a little bit off the top. That's quite exposed actually, so I'm not going to use that one because that will rot. Yet again, a little bit of the paper off the top, and we're just going to place it in, push it down and make sure it's nice and compacted. And as I said, when we planted, we'll just give it a fine water. And that's as simple as that for your garlic, guys. Easy as.